Cowboys fans, gather round for the latest scoop straight from the heart of Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys camp. So, it seems like Jerry Jones is feeling the heat after a season that left us all scratching our heads. We're not exactly sipping on championship champagne, especially after that jaw-dropping wild-card loss to the Packers. But fear not, Cowboys Nation, because Jerry Jones is in the house and he's got some thoughts. Are the Dallas Cowboys close to reaching the Super Bowl? They beat a Detroit Lions team a month ago that should be preparing for the Super Bowl this week. Instead, the Lions blew a 17-point halftime lead to the San Francisco 49ers in the NFC Championship game on Sunday. The Cowboys, on the other hand, were blown out by 32 points in Week 5 at San Francisco. For the third consecutive offseason, the Cowboys are at the Senior Bowl this week after suffering an early playoff exit that followed a 12-win season. As you might expect, Cowboys owner and general manager Jerry Jones doesn't think his team is far off. That's why he ultimately decided to bring back coach Mike McCarthy for a fifth season. Jones used a basketball reference Tuesday while explaining his feelings about McCarthy and the team. "I like the fact that he's hanging around the rim," Jones said from the Senior Bowl in Mobile, Alabama, "and I like what the team has done to hang around the rim." I think that the answer that I would have is I'm aware that we're hanging around the rim. We're not getting the ball in, but we're hanging around the rim. Let's not discount hanging around the rim. It's been 28 seasons now since the Cowboys last made a basket. Running it back, which is largely what Dallas is expected to do next season, is unlikely to fire up a hungry fan base. A stunning wildcard loss where the number 2 seed Cowboys were dominated by the number 7 seed Green Bay Packers certainly could have been enough for Jones to make significant changes. While those are unlikely, one potential change could be a more aggressive offseason approach to constructing the roster. "I think we'll push the hell out of it," Jones said. "It will be going all in on different people than you've done in the past. We'll be going all in. I would say that you will see us this coming year not building for the future. That's the best way I know how to say it. That ought to answer a lot of questions." Jones didn't get into specifics during his nearly half hour with reporters, but speculation immediately goes to being more aggressive in free agency, something Dallas hasn't done in over a decade. And even that will be difficult considering some huge paydays are expected in the future for QB Dak Prescott, WR/CD Lamb, and defensive end/linebacker Micah Parsons. "We'll do things that honor the fact that we didn't play well against the Packers," Jones said. "I will do some things differently this year. I'm not for sure what they're going to be, but I'll do some things differently." When it came to discussing specific changes on the field, Jones said 2 areas that will be addressed are stopping the run on defense and running the ball better on offense. McCarthy went into last season, his first as the offensive play caller in Dallas, wanting to improve the running game. The Cowboys' first-round pick in last year's draft was D.T. Motzie Smith, selected to strengthen the team's run defense. Since neither improved, it's fair to question the possibility of both taking major strides next season. Jones was speaking to reporters Tuesday for the first time since it was announced that McCarthy would be returning for the final year of his contract. "Overwhelmingly, I thought the best decision was to have the continuity that Mike brings," Jones said. "When I look at the job he's done over the last 4 years, I can point to some real positives, not the least of which are his 12-win seasons." Jones added that he likes how McCarthy has helped Prescott improve, adding that they think there is still more to get out of their franchise QB as he enters his 9th season. "The thing I would emphasize more than anything is that Dak has room for improvement," Jones said. "And not just the scheme around him, but Dak can improve. That's a big plus when you've been playing the game 8 years and by assessment have some room to get better in. He did this year. I expect him to do it next year and the next year." Adding the extra next year at the end of that sentence was Jones' way of indicating that despite this being Prescott's final year under contract, they plan on having him beyond 2024. "Last year, I said we see a picture of him going forward for many years," Jones said. that's alive and well. Yes, we sure do. But we have a lot of contracts to address. Dak has done nothing to change my mind on any promise for the future. I think I said that we would go as far as Dak takes us in the playoffs. Remember that? We go as far as Dak takes us, and that's how far we went. My point is, that doesn't change a thing. Now, the big decision's coach Mike McCarthy is coming back for a fifth season. Jones believes in continuity, highlighting McCarthy's positives over the past 4 years, including those sweet 12-win seasons. He's bullish on how McCarthy has shaped Prescott and sees room for improvement, dropping hints that Dak is here to stay beyond 2024. So, Cowboys faithful, are we ready to go all in? Jerry Jones is, and he's got his sights set on shaking things up. Drop your thoughts in the comments, and let's keep the Cowboys conversation rolling. Time to mosey on down to the latest rumblings in the world of the Dallas Cowboys. But before we rustle up the details, make sure to lasso that subscribe button and hit the notification bell. We're aiming for 7,000 subscribers, and we need your help to rope them in. Now, let's dig into the latest Cowboys chatter. Y'all remember the wild ride of Odell Beckham Jr. last year, right? Well, the rumors are back in town, and Pro Football Focus, PFF, is pointing fingers at the Cowboys as a top fit for OBJ in free agency. Hold your horses, though. Before we dive into the Cowboy carousel, let's tip our hats to our sponsor, Prize Picks. Head over to prizepicks.com/CLNS. Use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100, and you can build your winning lineup for the Super Bowl or other sports. Now, back to the Cowboys corral. PFF argues that the Cowboys need more firepower for Dak Prescott, listing Beckham as a potential solution. But here's the backstory. Over a year ago, Beckham paid a visit to Dallas, had a chat with the Bills and Giants, and then, late in the game, decided he wasn't quite ready. Some accused the Cowboys of playing dirty, but turns out Beckham wasn't up to par. The Cowboys just happened to get the scoop first. Fast forward to today, and PFF is making a case for Beckham's comeback. They're saying his market won't see another $15 million deal like last season with Baltimore. Beckham is now in the ring-chasing mercenary stage of his career, and the Cowboys need more receiving talent. But hold on to your Stetsons, folks. I've got some reservations about this Beckham idea. Sure, he's had some impressive stats, but is he a substantial upgrade over Michael Gallup? That's the million-dollar question. Prime OBJ, absolutely, but the current version? It's a toss-up. Now, let's round up the other free agent wide receivers on the horizon. Calvin Ridley and Maris Brown might make an appearance, but it's a bit unlikely. Gabe Davis, Curtis Samuel, Tyler Boyd, Josh Reynolds, the lineup's a mixed bag. Bringing back Cedric Wilson might be a more sensible move for the Cowboys rodeo. So, what's your take, Cowboys Nation? Do we want OBJ in the mix? Sound off in the comments, OBJ for yes, BJ for no. And that's a wrap for today's show, partner.